Thank you for tuning in to TTV. I'm your host Toya, and today is Thursday, almost the weekend, right? So before we get started, please like, subscribe, and share because if you get anything out of this content, chances are someone else will as well. So why not share with those you know, love, and care about? Also, I am a distributor for Young Living. They do not sponsor me, but I am a distributor as well as a customer of Young Living. It's where I get my essential oils because they are the best in the business. So check out the link below for that as well as my book down below, and let's get into it. So I'm watching this video where this guy, he's training a dog. He's trying to teach the dog how to walk, how to basically get comfortable with getting on this bed. You know, one of those raised beds they have for dogs. Supposed to be easier for them to get up off of and more comfortable for them to sleep, kind of like our foam mattresses are, but it's like a cot that's above the ground. And so he starts with it by flipping the bed upside down and trying to get the dog to walk across it. Okay, to walk on the bed, to get them used to it and comfortable and understand that it's not something that they have to be afraid of. He said because the dog will get lost in his fear. And when I'm listening to that part just kept ringing in my ears. You know, the dog won't get lost in his fear. We get lost in our fears all the time. All the time. We get lost in our fears. And so when I heard him saying that and heard him speaking about that with the dog, it really hit me. And I'm like, you know what? He's not just talking about a dog trying to figure out how to do the bed. He's talking about us trying to figure out everything in life, you know? Like you're trying to get a new job, or you want to venture out on your own, or, you know, just go to a different place or go on a long trip for the first time. Whatever it is, we just get so stuck on our fears that we can't move past it. And the only way to move past it is like he did with the dog, is for us to find a way of interacting with it, for us to understand it's not something to be afraid of. Some cases though, if your ancestors and your God work anything like my ancestors and my God, you ain't got no choice, because if you don't do it on your own, they gonna make it happen, you know? So when you're going back about the job, you know, being afraid to lose your job and then all of a sudden you get fired, you know, that would be stepping out in that fear because you were so trapped and locked into your fear, you couldn't move past it. And sometimes we need a little help, and that's when I feel like God or your guardian angels, ancestors, whatever you want to call those spirits around you that help you out, they come in and they kind of push you and make stuff happen to where you won't have no choice, because ain't nothing like no choice. But it's really trying to find a way to push past the fear of what it is that we're trying to do. And the only way to do it, and this is what I got out of this video, this man trying to train this dog. The only way to push past your fear is to push past your fear and do it. That's the only way you're going to know it's not something to be afraid of is if you push past and do it. That's how he get the dogs to do it. He make them do it. He makes them walk across this bed until, you know, upside down, until they get comfortable with it. And then after a while, they comfortable with it. The dog just sat down. He didn't even tell the dog to sit down. He didn't give him no treats. The dog just sat down on the bed that was flipped upside down because he understood it wasn't something to be afraid of anymore. And that's just like us. Until we actually do it, until we actually go through it and actually conquer the fears, like there's no way around it. You can't get under, you can't go over, you can't go around. You have to face your fears. So whatever it is that you were afraid of, this is just your reminder. This is just your, I don't know how you want to put it, but this is me telling you it's okay to face your fear and just get out there and just do it. Just do it. So if it's something that you've been interested in, that you've been hemming and hawing over, or if it's something that a new hobby you want to take, or if it's a place that you want to go to, just do it. Just go out there and do it. Life is short, you know. In the past few weeks, we have lost, there's been 4 losses surrounding me in the past 2 weeks. 4 people. And if one thing that death does teach you is it teach you life is short. Life is short. Because you had one lady who was probably in her 80s. You had my aunt who was in her 60s or early 70s, one of the two. And then the other 2 were in their, one was in their 50s and one was in their 60s. So a couple of them still should have had some more time left. They should have had some more time left. But the other one, she lived her life. Yeah. The one that she lived her life. But the point of it is, and the point, the reason I'm even bringing this up is, life is short. And when that time comes for you to move on and transition to next life, do you want to have regrets? Do you want to feel like you coulda, shoulda, woulda? Get to that point where you can't do certain things and then wish you could. So life is short. Just do it now. If it's something that you've been wanting to do or something you've been wanting to try, like, just do it. That's the only way you're gonna conquer that fear, is if you do it. Like, if you're afraid of speaking in public, the only way you're gonna come over that is to speak in public. If you afraid to network and make friends, the only way you're gonna do is to start finding a friend everywhere you go. If you want to go someplace and you can't get nobody to go with you and you afraid to go by yourself, that's the only way you're going to learn, is to go by yourself. I have one of my cousins, and I'm so proud of her. She wanted to go to Europe, so went to Europe and she did a tour by herself. She went through all these different countries. She didn't go with no friends. She didn't go with no family. Although I would have went with her. She told me about it. But, we're not going to go there. But she went and did this tour all by herself. This European tour. Because it was something that she wanted to do. So, just do it. There's no other way for me to do it. Don't let your fear lock you in place. Don't let your fear hold you back. I did a video on this tomorrow, actually. Yeah, I think the fear video is tomorrow. But either way it goes, don't let the fear hold you back. Just do it. Fear, it should be your friend. Learn how to use fear as a tool to get you to go and do where you need to go. Don't let it hold you back. And like I said, I think that's tomorrow's lesson. Yeah. Yep. That's tomorrow. But really, let it go. Let fear be your friend and get you out there. But being locked into it, don't do that. Don't do that. Find a way to release your fear. Just conquer it. So that's all I have for you today. I love you, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.